Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and to all my newest subscribers, welcome. Thanks for subscribing. This video is going to be one that I haven't done anything like before, so I'm just going to do a bunch of first impressions, and everything that I'm doing a first impression on is from the drugstore. I don't know, I was just itching to try a bunch of new makeup. I was in the drugstore and I was like, let me see what's out. None of these items are really new per se, but they're new to me, things I've never tried. So, and some of them are like super duper popular, so I will be testing them out and trying to do some type of look with the things that I have, and then I'll, you know, come to the end and tell you what I think of everything. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I've already primed my face. I use the NYX Angel Veil. This is not a new product to me. I do really enjoy it. All right, so for foundation, I picked up the Maybelline Better Skin foundation in the color Sand Beige, which might be a little bright. This isn't a new foundation, but a bunch of people seem to like it. Has SPF in it, and it's supposed to be a skin transforming foundation. I got the color 45 Sand Beige, which I'm gonna guarantee is probably like way too light, but we'll see. Oh yeah, this is way too light. That's way too light. I don't know if you can tell because that ring light is so bright. Oh, and I got a mic for my camera, so hopefully the audio is even better. Well, let's just finish up. Yeah, this is like ghostly white. And it's not really covering anything either. Maybe it would cover better if I have the correct shade. I'm gonna try to correct this with another foundation. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. And to be honest, that doesn't look any better. I'm just gonna have to bronze the heck up about my face. So for concealer, I just used my L'Oreal True Match in W45, which is a holy grail product for me. Now, to set my under eyes, I've picked up two of these loose face powders. This one is the Coty Airspun loose face powder in the translucent extra coverage, which is like so heavily hyped. I'm gonna see if I think it compares to the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. And then this one is the L'Oreal Hydra Perfecting Loose powder, and I got the shade medium. So I'm gonna set one eye with one and set the other one with a different powder, see how I like them. So under this eye, I am putting the L'Oreal setting powder in medium. It has a smell to it, which I figured it might. Just kind of like a heavily perfumed makeup, and I'm pretty sure this one smells like that too. Yes. Oh, I don't know why you put like perfume in makeup. I don't want my makeup to smell at all. Like, don't try to make it smell good. Just make it fragrance free. All right, so to set my face, I'm going back to a holy grail product for me, and it's the L'Oreal True Match powder in the color W7. Hopefully this warms up my face a lot. This is a great, pretty high coverage powder from the drugstore. And already messed up. I meant to use the Maybelline Fit Me foundation stick in the color Coconut to contour before I set my whole daggone face. So let's try this and hope it doesn't get like super muddy. So I picked up this e.l.f. bronzer palette. I'm hoping there's something in here that's dark enough to use as a bronzer, because I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty palette. Nice mirror. I think you can pop these out. Yeah, and like switch them around or something like that. So I'm gonna go with this one right here. I think you can see it kind of, but it's not really doing anything for me. I'm gonna try these. Two of them have like a sheen to them, so I'm gonna try them. Yeah, I think these are a little too light for me. I don't know if it's starting to look muddy. I can't really tell. I think they're a little too light. I'm just gonna use my favorite bronzer, which is the NYX matte bronzer in Deep Tan, which I've hit pan on. I don't really have any new blushes that I've picked up recently. I'm just gonna go for an oldie but a goodie. This is NYX's Cinnamon, which is a matte orange. I also picked up the e.l.f. Illuminating palette, which we'll see if I have any more luck with these shades as highlighters. I'm just going to use this one here because it looks to be the warmest, like a peach. You can see that. It's not very, it's not super intense, but it's very soft. It kind of reminds me of like the NYX illuminating bronzers. So it's pretty. I like it. I like it. Okay, so for eyeshadows, I am going to use the L'Oreal Nude palette. This is the first one, which happened to be the one that had warmer shades in it. So I'm gonna go in with this, I think the 5th shade from the left. It's like a matte warm brown, and put this in the crease. Ooh. Okay. Okay then. Not even gonna lie, I wasn't expecting this to be super pigmented. To deepen it up, I'm just gonna use the color next to it, which is more of a chocolate brown. For a highlight, I will use this first color here, which is kind of just like a vanilla shade with a little bit of some sparkle in it. So for my lid, I picked up a L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow in the color Amber Rush. And it is this gorgeous rose gold color. So I'm going to use this as a lid color. And then I'm just gonna try to soften that up with a little bit more. I'm gonna go in with, should I try to make it more gold? I'll see if I can make it more gold, and I'll go in with this gold shade here on top. Okay, for my tear duct, I'm just going to use this second shade here, which is kind of a champagne color. And then I'm just gonna take those two browns and sweep those on my lower lid. So to finish off the eyes, I'm just gonna do mascara. I'm not gonna do any false lashes. I picked up the L'Oreal Voluminous Base Primer. And then I just picked up another one of my L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black mascaras because it's like one of my most favorite mascaras ever, and I was out of it, so it's kind of like a revisit. But the primer here I have not tried, and I'm excited to try. The primer is just supposed to kind of like plump up and make your lashes look great and give the mascara something to stick to so that the mascara works like even better. So I just do a generous coat of the primer and then go right over it with the mascara. And I like to do it before it dries. Now this mascara is pretty bomb by itself, so I'm hoping that with that primer it's gonna look, you know, 10 times better. Okay, and to finish it off, I'm just going to line my lips with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the color Razor. Over that, I am going to use the Bare Minerals, like these new matte liquid lipsticks that they came out with. And this is in the color Om. And this is like my new favorite nude. So this is the completed look. Foundation. Okay, so definitely need a color darker than Sand Beige. I think it goes on pretty matte. The coverage is okay. It was pretty like medium color coverage before I went in it with that Urban Decay one, but I have to try it again on its own. The color just kind of threw me completely off, but the I did like the matteness that it gave, so I thought it dried really quickly, so you need to move quickly. But now that I'm looking at it, it looks, you know, it looks pretty good. As far as these loose powders go, I can't really tell a difference between the two of them. So medium is the darkest shade that the L'Oreal powder comes in, and then this is a translucent color. I think it comes in 2 other colors too. They're roughly the same price. They both have that really like heavily perfumed fragrance, which I hate, but they apply similarly. They don't appear to have any type of like ashy cast to them. I don't know about flash photography. I don't know how they'll wear underneath the eye. I have to like come back and update you about, you know, any creasing or anything like that. But I'd say as far as like being like $6 or $7 compared to the $36 for the Laura Mercier, definitely you might want to go with these. The only difference is the Laura Mercier is more yellow based. Not a whole lot more yellow, but definitely more of a yellow than these kind of like pink undertones. So as far as the e.l.f. bronzer and illuminating palette, I would say the bronzer palette is definitely a no-go for me. I might be able to use these as like some eyeshadows later on, maybe some very subtle highlighting, but right now with the tan, these don't show up like whatsoever on me. So this is gonna have to go at the back of my drawer until I'm like pale as a ghost again in a couple months. As far as the illuminating palette, I think it's pretty. You can see the highlighters there. I think this palette was like $6 or so. So it's easily accessible. It is very inexpensive. However, I do think that there are some cheaper or just, you know, some highlighters that are priced just the same, a little bit cheaper, that work better, like the ColourPop ones. I've never tried, but swatches just look better. The Wet n Wild highlighters are definitely better. The NYX highlighters are better as well. So are their bronzers. So I would say get those instead of these. As far as the Maybelline Fit Me foundation stick in coconut, I think it'll work nicely. I think it's gonna work awesome in like the winter when I'm paler, but I think it did an okay job right now. I mean, it definitely applied okay on top of the powder without looking like terribly patchy or anything. So I really enjoyed that. So I already have 1 or 2 of the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows. They are an awesome formula, definitely more of like a mousse. They'll apply a little bit more metallic like with a like wet brush or so, but these are definitely awesome eyeshadows. The L'Oreal Nude palette really surprised me with its pigmentation, and it blended beautifully. These colors are pretty nice, very similar to like the Urban Decay Naked palette. I think this palette is about $15 at Walmart, I think is the cheapest I've seen. I think it's like $20 at Target. So 15 bucks at Walmart is not bad for like what, 10 highly pigmented eyeshadows that blend nicely. And then lastly, as far as the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer goes, I have to try it again. I felt like it definitely gave some length to my lashes. Now the Carbon Black mascara is mainly for lengthening, so my lashes look like ridiculously long if you can see them. But this mascara is pretty bomb on its own. I want to try it again with one that's more like a volumizing mascara and see if it like amps it up even more. But I wasn't like disappointed with it. I don't really know if it did that much, but it's something that I would like to have. So that's everything for this video. Thank you guys so much as always for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, please subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.